All right. Let's do this. That's what I'm hoping, equilateral. That is what I'm hoping. Assuming I can get it to work in a decent amount of time. If I can finish it tonight, the answer is probably yes. You shouldn't procrastinate on stream. Well, sub JJ Slider. There's pros and cons. It's harder to get deep focus either because you're checking chat a lot and you're responding to chat. Is it still possible to buy? It has never been possible, Tommy. But it is something we've wanted to add for a while. It's just never quite bubbled up to the top of the priority list for long enough to actually get released. I've done some work on it, but it's just not quite there yet. Hate those days. What have been the legit craziest requests you have got? Um, Tournament quality of life features to Slippy. I mean, obviously. Actually, I'll do a craziest request first. So, craziest request. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is the one I tweeted about this one. The monkey. There was a tweet at some point where is it? It's like a cult classic maybe at this point. I don't know. Let's see if I can find it. Search monkey? Yeah, add a monkey. Like a little dancing monkey whenever you win, and the monkey can maybe wave when you lose, or it can do a cool flip whenever you take a stock. I don't know, I think that would be cool. This is up there. It's definitely one of my favorite requests. Um, dear, I don't know what you have in mind for tournament quality of life features. I'm sure you have some ideas when you ask that question, being a TO, but I mean, obviously we want to try to support tournaments. It's always a prioritization thing, right? It's like what's more important. I think right now highest priority is definitely ranked as soon as we release 2.3.0 and we can finally go like full in on ranked. So I doubt it would be higher priority than ranked, but I'm sure at some point, you know, like obviously supporting the tournament scene is really important. That's the reason why we did spectator, or at least broadcasting before ranked, right? Because we want to make sure that people can still run tournaments. Yeah, I don't know if monkey's ever going in. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, it was a good suggestion though. Keep them coming. Make it so people can't make usernames with slurs in them. That is surprisingly difficult. It is surprisingly difficult to catch everything. Obviously, we could do some of the basic ones. We looked at some tools that could do that, like that were like built-in filters. It's actually amazing how hard it is to find like an npm package that's just like a slur filter. Like it's so ridiculous. Like you would think that would be really easy to find. You can find anything on npm, and we couldn't. There's like nothing good last I checked. But I mean, we do though. We do get reports of people that put slurs in their names and stuff, and we uh, Sometimes it depends how bad it is, but sometimes we'll just change their name and then write them down. It's basically like a warning, and if they keep doing it, we'll ban them. Or if it's really bad, we'll just ban them immediately. Yeah, we'll probably do some kind of anti-stalling measures in ranked. And yes, it is kind of this is answering man, what is it? we'll just say Plandingo. But it's a bit stressful for sure. I mean, it always feels like there's a big weight on my shoulders, and people, people always go in and talk about it. Like, it's just tough. It's a lot of pressure. It makes me feel bad if I'm like not working on it, even though I need to work on other stuff. But it's fine. I'm able to stay relatively calm regardless. But I mean, it's obviously not like I'm not gonna say I'm like, oh, it doesn't affect me at all. Yes, I'm doing this full time. Something we can help crowdsource. I'm not sure what you were referring to there. Hey, BMatLife. Profanity's NPM package. I'm not sure. The thing is, like, I don't even know if profanities is what we want. We want specifically like hate speech or hate language and slurs more so than profanities. Like, I don't know if we need to ban shit or crap or whatever. All right, anyway, let's let me talk through what I'm planning on doing right now. I'll show the state of the feature real quick. So okay, so if I go in here, this is a breakpoint. Just gonna remove the breakpoint. Okay, so it comes up with my last suggestion, and then I can like scroll through, right, and see the previous codes I've entered. And then if I hit Z, it accepts that code, and then I can confirm it immediately. And then, if I go back and yeah, and then if I like hit N, it auto filters to the ones that start with N, and I can scroll through those, right? So what I'm looking to fix right now is, so if I do this, if I do a code with, I think it's specifically with this amount of letters. So I think this is what, seven characters. Like if I remove it and I hit confirm, it will actually confirm with the suggested value, which is kind of a minor bug, but it's still a bug and I should fix it. So like if I hit confirm now, you'll see it's looking for dope 462, whereas it should have been looking for dope 46. So yeah, so I need to fix that. That is what I'm gonna do. You don't need to cancel the suggestion, you just enter something else. Like, right? The suggestion is just, like, you just hit Z to hit it, to apply it. B just, what B does is it erases, right? I'm hitting B now. No, the slight bug is a different thing. I think if I do this, though, I think this will work. Yeah, so that's dope 4. So it's only specifically with that amount of characters. I know why it's happening. I just need to fix it. Are there codes in that format with only 4 letters and 2 numbers? There are. Well, kind of. I mean, my main code, obviously this is my test account, but my main code is, oops, is this. And it'll become more common once there's paid codes too. Something I'm curious about is if I entered this now. Okay, cool. So it does change the order up. That's awesome. Okay, so let's do it. So there's two on handler injections, like on success injections. It's these two, on confirm button A press and on confirm button handler. And the reason there's two is kind of annoying because to confirm, I think you can either hit I think you can just hit I think you can hit start or A. Like I can hit start or I can hit A, and both of them confirm, and because of assembly and all sorts of things, that's two different handlers, so we need two different injections. Will paid codes allow for codes without the number? No. But you could have like a number 0, like for example, Leffen and Zane have and stuff. What programming language is used? There's multiple. Right now, it's going to be mostly assembly and C++, but we use other languages too. Yeah, I gave Mango that code because I said I would give a custom code to whoever won SCL. Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. All right. So the problem is the way this is written. So I think Where Honey Badger modified this code, and I don't really like the way it was changed. I mean, I could keep it this way. It's just. Does it matter? Does it matter? Let's see. Creator of Super Smash Bros. Yeah, not quite. Not quite. Right. Check if max names. Check if name already in use. Where does this branch to? This branches all the way to here. What does this do? Right. Okay, so after write name to mem. And then this branches to the end, I think. So what about the other one? It's really bizarre that the assembly ended up like this, actually. I feel like they must have copy-pasted some code instead of calling a function or something. What's up, Toph? Are you done streaming? I saw you were streaming before. Yeah, I love me some assembly. Alright, so I was looking... Where was I? I looked at... Which one did I look at? Ah, fuck. Okay, let's just see. So this one goes from here. I guess that's the one I was looking at. All the way to... here. So this calls 224. Gotta remember 224. So from here to here. Yeah, this also calls 224. I guess and then it exits, right? Yeah. So I could just keep it this way. I guess it's slightly more code efficient. Why? It doesn't need to be a branch L though. And why does it matter what button was pressed? I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. It's gonna load it. Yeah, it loads this, but first anyway. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna say this. We'll get rid of this. Alright, and I'll write a comment that says the a/start confirm handlers are identical. This just branches the logic for the a handler to the logic for the start handler to avoid code duplication. All right. Yeah, comments. Aspiring programmers, right? Comments. Comments are great. Because when you look at code 2 years later, you're not like, why the hell did I do this? No East Coast matches. Is that Melee Online the Discord? I see. Okay, so this sends me here, which is good. I guess. This is absurd. I don't need this. Why would this be here? It doesn't make any sense. That's just absurd. That doesn't need to be there. CC80. And then I don't think this needs to be here either. There we go. Please stream something else. You know, I was surprised yesterday because, like, I was just programming and people were in here, and then I was like, you know, I think I might play some games. Do you guys want me to play games, or do you want me to keep programming? And like everyone in the chat said programming, and I was like, you guys are crazy. Why are you watching me write lines of code? I mean, that's great. Yesterday I tried to make it a little fun. Actually, it was really cool. I I mean, that's partially why I set it up at the start, right? I was like, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. And then I would write a bunch of code, right? And then I would go like, okay, it's time to test. And I put up predictions to see if people thought it would work or it wouldn't. That was a great time. What's up, Sicko? And Shaba. All right. So we're working on direct code history and autocomplete, and there's a bug I'm currently trying to fix right now. The bug specifically is if I have a suggestion and I clear one letter. So right now I'm trying to enter dope number 46, right? And I hit confirm. It enters dope number 462, so it still uses the suggestion. It adds that last character, which it shouldn't be doing. So I'm working on fixing that bug right now. Is Dolphin supposed to say exclusive full screen enabled when launching an ISO in full screen? I have no idea. I remember taking assembly at McGill. I mean, I probably took the same class, ECSC 324. I feel like that rings a bell. That class was okay. I don't think I learned I learned the general assembly concepts, which sort of came in handy, but I kind of had to really learn the nitty-gritty myself anyway. I think we did MIPS back then. Sicko, did you take that course? Are they still teaching MIPS, or are they doing something else? They're doing MIPS? Terrible. Terrible. That's clearly just the professors not wanting to redo their curriculums. Like, why? Do something more useful. Something people still use. I guess it doesn't matter that much at the end of the day, but it's just weird. Like, do ARM assembly or something. Seems like that would be much more useful. Probably not PowerPC. I think PowerPC is probably a bit dated too, but ARM is fine. All right. Anyway, let's do this. So I think I don't need to get the cursor, and that's part of the reason why this bug is happening. Instead, I'm just gonna do a backup and restore. It's just gonna be easier. I don't have to worry about I guess this is restore. We're never exiting, right? Yeah, I don't think we're ever exiting, so that's fine. Okay, and we'll do... I need to get the ACB address. So we'll make that register 31. And then we will copy that from another handler. I'm gonna need this as well. Okay, so we have the... I think this will fetch the ADC. So reg or ACB. So ACB is the autocomplete buffer. That's where I store data that matters for the autocomplete logic. And then, yeah, this is actually exactly what I want. I want to get how many committed characters we have, and if that is equal to, actually, if it's greater than or equal to 8, we can skip clear suggestion. Oh, sorry, I did this wrong. This is a compare with immediate. This is a branch greater than or equal. There we go. When I say those names, by the way, that's what these mean. These stand for. So this is B for branch greater than or equal, and then this is compare with immediate. Oh, you're welcome, DMT. Okay, so now we're gonna put this here, and in here there might be a suggestion active. Clear out the letter at the current length index to clear suggestion. Okay, I think I can do like yeah, so what does this do? R30 plus R3. So R3 is the index, R30 is probably the start index of the text. So yeah, so I can probably do multi. This is multiply immediate into R4, multiply R3 times 3. And then I can do, yeah, load immediate R5 0. And yeah, that should work. R5, R30, R4. Seems correct to me, I think. What's up, Casper? And Corinne. Why is Fizzi my tag? It's actually somehow, I ended up deriving it from the word fission. It has nothing to do with like bubbles and stuff. I think I started using that name in Counter-Strike a long time ago. Originally it was like something, like fission something, and then I just shortened it to Fizzi. No, it doesn't have anything to do with carbonated beverages. Yeah, like nuclear fission. No, I played 1.6 a long time ago, so when I first came up with that name, that was when I played 1.6. I haven't played Go in a long time. My best rank in Go, I think, was double AK. I don't know, remember the name for it, double gold AK or whatever. I've played a bit of Valorant. I play more Valorant recently, though I don't play a lot of Valorant, but when I do play a shooter like that, I play Valorant these days. Okay, so I think this will work, maybe. So I can get rid of this. I don't think... Do I still need this tag? Nope, it's unused. Success sound, yep. Sounds good. Callback, yep. Restore and unbranch. I think we're good. I think we're good. Maybe. What's the meaning of the 36? Thanks for the prime kills, Master. The 36 is just I played travel soccer when I was a kid, and I think at first I was number 3, and then on my other team I was number 6, and then after that I was 36. It's funny, my brother's tag is Flaff, and he uses the name Flaff20 for like the same reason. You're very welcome, Kills Master. What do you guys think? You guys think this is gonna work if I test it? We don't need this. I know we don't need that. Never works on the first try. I don't know. I don't know. Sounds like you're a doubter. All right, predictions up. Predictions up. Just like doing some double checking. I think we're ready. All right. So we're gonna build the code set. Dadget, I do not recommend learning assembly for the most part. Yeah, assembly is like the most low-level language. I kind of explained it yesterday, but like these individual instructions can each be converted to 32 bits directly. So like 32 zeros and ones, and they are exactly what the CPU reads to run code. So it's basically machine code. Assembly is the melee of programming languages. I don't know about that. If I had an option to not use assembly, I would. Whereas melee is the goat. All right. Let's copy that over. So this is the new code. We built it. Let's build it again just to be sure, just to be safe. Don't actually have to do that. I just don't always remember whether I built something or not. All right. So now we copied the codes over, so it should be using the new code set. I believe the prediction's closed, so we're good. Here we go. Well, I mean, what are the odds? I'm not gonna fault anyone trying to play the odds. Yeah, the odds are good for won't work, so. All right. So if I hit B and I hit confirm, is it gonna say dope 46 in the bottom right or dope 462? 46 means it worked. Oh, the doubters. It's rough for the doubters. That's rough for the doubters. Though I did want to check one more thing. What if I do this? Does that say DOP? Because it's possible it won't. It does say DOP. All right, sweet. Looks like it works. Rip doubters. You just gotta believe. Why do I multiply the length of the text by 3? The reason is each character stored like in the memory that it's stored in on the name tag. It's 2 bytes per character because it's shift JIS. I don't know if people pronounce it shift JIS or not, but shift JIS, which is a type of encoding, so it's 2 bytes per character. And after each 2 bytes is a null terminator. So it's 2 bytes and a null terminator, so I have to multiply the actual number of characters times 3 to get to the right byte. Yeah, each character is an individual string, which is kind of weird. It's also why the it's kind of amusing because I think that's kind of how the old 8-character code would work. If you look at like Dan Salvato's character code, right? We made it better in this, in that like each individual character, like the cursor. Can you see my mouse? Yeah, you can see my mouse. This cursor is always underneath the character, right? And there's actually 8 slots. Whereas if you look at the old 8-character name entry code, you'll see that there's like 2 characters really close to each other and the cursor doesn't move until you've entered 2. And it fits it fits 2 characters into a single string into one text box. Maybe that would have been that might have been too much, but yeah, go look at the old 8-player. Maybe in 20XX you can see it or something. Let's see if I'll see if I can bring it up real quick. Let's try loading 20XX. It might be in here. Oh right. Lemon Lust. I haven't really heard from Dan, but I'm sure Dan is super busy with other stuff. I think it's fine. We've already got plenty of people helping. God damn it. Which code? I guess I gotta turn off UCF. Okay, that worked. Alright, so if I go to name entry, right, you'll see there's an A here. And now look what happens when I do another A. It kind of goes like awkwardly right next to the previous A because it's rendering 2 characters in as one string inside sort of the string that's supposed to be 1 character. And then BB, and you can see the cursor doesn't move until you've entered 2. So yeah. They did that because they just wanted to do a simpler code. In Slippy, we went a little harder, so we actually made it so the cursor moves. The positions of the characters are different. Like we gave it more left and right space. Like if I don't know if you noticed, but like the characters started like over here on the 20XX version. All right, let's see what the next task is. These are my notes for the remaining tasks. So we did maybe I'll do this next. I guess I didn't even have that one in here, the task. I was going to remove it, but yeah, it doesn't check a database or anything. It's just what you've entered in the past. I think I'll do this one. I should actually add another one. Ensure that entering name tags still works, because it won't. Yeah. Oops. Can I just remove the random button? I mean, probably, but I feel like the random button can still be useful for lobby codes for doubles. All right, so let's handle the erase button, because I think right now if I do this and I go to erase instead of pressing B, you see how my suggestion doesn't come back and all it does is delete stuff. In fact, things are just completely broken right now because I did that. See, when I press B, the cursor went all the way to the right. So yeah, the erase button is just breaking everything right now. So let's fix it. The erase button should be handled probably the same as B. Now this one is going to be a bit harder in that I'm going to have to actually dig in and figure out where in the logic this erase is actually handled. So that might be difficult. One way that I do this, because it's not a super huge function, is let's break into the function. All right, so this is the name entry think function. And now something I'll do is I'll put a breakpoint everywhere where it calls SFX menu common sound. And that's because it'll break into the code like every time a sound gets played. Now, if I was good, I would know which index is the sound I'm looking for, because that's a back sound, right? Actually, I can probably find out. Let's check on B, press. So this is the B handler. And I think this would be the sound it plays. So let's test that theory. Let me just clear this and then put a breakpoint here. So if I hit B, okay, no, that's not the right one. Damn it. What am I replacing here? Skip the rest of the original handler. Right. So maybe it's before. Maybe it's here. Yeah, okay, so that's the one. This isn't... It's funny because I guess this is an IDE, but not really. This is just Dolphin. This is like built-in Dolphin development tools. This is Melee code. And so like, it's also compiled Melee code, right? Which is all we have access to, which is just blocks and blocks of assembly. And the community are the ones that came up, like, mapped out all these functions. Like, we're the ones that called it name entry think. Before that, like, we have no idea what this function would have been. So BMAT-Life, it's not too big of a deal because it always sorts things by recency. So like as soon as you fix your typo and enter the right code, that'll be the prioritized suggestion anyway. And yeah, I know nobody uses the erase button, but it's actually easier to fix this than it is to remove the erase button. Removing the erase button would actually be very hard. Yeah, I mean, I could make it do nothing. Obviously, making it do nothing is also easy, but it's not that much harder. It's not that much easier, if it's easier at all, than just making it do what the B button does. So that's what we're going with. Okay, so anyway, so this calls SFX menu common sound with an arg of 0. So passing an arg of 0 to this function plays that sort of like back sound that you hear when you press B. So what I gotta find is I gotta look through this function and find another instance of this with li r30 beforehand. So let's find it. So this one is what we're looking for, but it's a 1, so we don't want that one. We don't want this one. We don't want this one. Also, I decided to go up, which might prove to be a mistake. We don't want this one. We don't want this one. Crap, where did I go? I think I lost my spot. Okay. Common sound, common sound. See, all of these are error sounds and success sounds. I think 1 is success, 3 is error. So it's not the sound we're looking for. Here, this one is the sound we're looking for. But I think this might be a different one. But we'll breakpoint it anyway. This one's also the right sound. I should just start at the top of this function. That would have been a smarty pants thing to do. Because now I have to go back to where I was and scroll down from there. Okay. So I think I was in the B handler though, so let's go back to there. Oh no, that's not what I want. That is not what I want. I want this. Okay. So, oh, I guess there's not. We were basically at the end of the function anyway. Okay, so I think we got them all. So one of those should be the erase button. It's not this one. This is the B press handler. So let's do F and then hit erase. Okay, here it is. So we'll just copy that address. Okay, so what I want to compare this to is the B press handler. Where do we inject? I want to compare the code of these two handlers just to see how similar they look. So I'm just going to take a screenshot. That's the B press handler. And now we'll go back to this one, which is the erase press handler. And they're a bit different, it looks like. Which is very odd. I don't really see why they're different. They're similar. You have the extend sign byte. This is being loaded into the same thing. Also, although in one case it's being loaded into R3. You know, I've decided I don't think I care. And I am just going to put an injection here that branches to the start of the B press handler. And we'll see if that just works. So we'll call it that. And we'll do oh wait, there is a difference. Shit. There is a difference. I just remembered. The difference is that so look at this. So if I hit erase now, right? And I hit erase again, I just get an error sound. Right? But if I have stuff in here and I hit B and I hit B again, oh geez. That's a bug. How did I do that? Well, we'll handle that later. What did I do? Try entering 2 characters. Oops. So that, if that bug slips through, that means that if somebody did that, Dolphin would just crash with no error message. It would just shut down instantly. So that's cool. All right, I need to use the restroom, and also I need to take off this hoodie because it's really hot. So I'll be right back. Hey, Aura. Alright. I'm back, and let's see, can we even reproduce that bug? Let's see if we can reproduce it. So I went in here and I like did this, and then I did this. Alright, we can reproduce it, great. Oh, I guess I don't have an uptime command. I've been live for 57 minutes. Are you working in a ranking matchup? I'm not sure what you're asking. I actually have never gotten the FFZ FFZ extension myself. I should probably do that maybe at some point. Alright, so clearly this doesn't work. But that's a bug we can handle later. Thank you, Gunnar, though I think people give me a fair amount of credit already, and I appreciate it for sure. Alright. This is not the bug we're looking for, though. The bug we're looking for is there, or we're trying to fix the erase button. I guess it's not really a bug. Well, it's kind of a bug. So now the question is, I need to figure out where the logic happens. I'm happy to hear that, Intense Juice. It's awesome. The thing is I can't stream all of ranked development because, like, if I'm doing back-end stuff that I don't necessarily want people to see, like, for example, how the rating system changes and everything like that, then I can't stream that. But I'll try to stream some of the work that I do for other parts of it. I did not work at Google, no. I worked at Smash GG. Okay, so let's just pause and look at. So I'm assuming this is where the handler starts. Let's just double check that. Actually, I think I know why the B press crashes, now that I think about it. Probably. Yeah, I don't want people to find ways to game the system, and it's kind of like, for example, we'll probably have some like cheating detection stuff and like so on, and that stuff can't really be public, otherwise people can figure out how to circumvent it and so on. Yeah, my version has a Teams button, but so does the current beta build in Patreon. So if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can access the beta build, which works. You can actually just use it because it works in unranked too with people that don't have it. And it also has Teams. Not really, Lemon Lust. Not really. How would we do that in Dolphin? How do we prevent somebody from using a custom build that just bypasses all that stuff, right? And if we forced you to maybe install another software, which would be hard to force anyway, we'd basically just be running malware on your system to try to keep people from cheating. So it's like, you can't really do it that way. Vanguard is like an I mean, Vanguard basically is malware, first of all, and it's incredibly complicated and invasive software to try to prevent cheating. And I mean, to be fair, it does work. Because you can tell, I mean, Valorant has way less cheaters than Counter-Strike, so I think it's probably a net positive, but it's still kind of awkward to have something like that on your system, and building something like that is a lot of work, and it's risky, and like there is no chance in hell we have the like manpower to do that. Plus, since a lot of Slippy is just open source and everything in Dolphin is open source, like we can't even force people to do it, because you could just run a custom Dolphin and bypass it. So it's like it just wouldn't work for Slippy. It's not possible to make that work. What was the first game I ever played? The first game I ever played was Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo. The first online game I ever played was Well of Souls. Yeah, cheating in Melee is hard to begin with, because a lot of the sort of normal cheats that you'd use are just going to cause desyncs. Like, if you were to do cheats the way other games do cheats, you would just desync with your opponent, so it's kind of pointless. So yeah, it's harder to cheat. It's kind of like, it's a little bit similar to how cheating in Rocket League is hard. Although it's a little bit different. Cheating in Rocket League is really hard because, like, the physics are insane. So it's like bots aren't even good. Yeah, macros are probably the big one, Shuckler. I also don't want to talk about, like, all the possible cheating options I've thought of, because, like, I don't want to give people any ideas. But of course, I've put some thought into it. I don't think cheating is very prevalent in Melee at all, because it's hard. It's hard to cheat. So it's not a major concern, but it's certainly, like, I mean, at some point we'll have to probably deal with it. Oh yeah, I was just gonna go in here, do this, and then go over here. Okay, that's what I thought. So that's the start of the handler. Okay, let's get the B press handler. I believe the start of the B press handler is all the way up here. Maybe that was wrong, actually. Maybe that was wrong. Ludwig's gonna DM me? Alright. Where's he gonna DM me? Twitter? Well, I hope he goes with Discord if he does, because that's the easiest to see. Okay, he DM'd me on Twitter. Hello, I would like to report a cheater. The tag is sue you. Let's see. I asked him if there's a clip or something. It's funny because, like, if this is real, if this is true that, like, Ludwig ran into a cheater, it's, like, hilarious because we were literally just talking about cheaters. Also, hello to the Ludbuds. Does anyone have a clip? Oh, I want to see it. Alright, let's...
It makes so much more sense. Yeah, she's cheating. I actually found a cheating peach on that play. She can't be this bad losing to my Fox, because my Fox, mind you, is terrible. Not even losing, excuse me, but losing stocks. And then power shielding frame 1 every time. There's no universe.
This peach is terrible. Oh, that didn't work.
Look, she's cheating. Unironically, this is a cheater. This is unironically a cheater. Look.
I don't know, your argument there, Lud's struggling.
There's
there it
no
is.
universe where she just did a Jash attack and then first frame shielded that. There's no fucking universe.
Dude, this play is like a bot. This looks like a bot. I don't know if this is like a human... This doesn't... To me, this doesn't necessarily look like there's any human interaction here. It might just completely be a bot.
There's no universe. There's literally no universe where you are first...
And obviously bots are not
shielding,
as good as
shielding,
humans.
Lasers, which is such a tight reaction. And then incapable of pressing R at the right time. That's why she's so fearless when I run in, is because she's gonna power shield and then just fucking down smash out of the power shield. That's why she's just standing there.
This is so bizarre.
Knows if I do this, she'll just power shield it and then she can down smash out of the power shield. Look, are you seeing this? Are you seeing? And you're gonna tell me she's not fucking cheating? That's why she can do that. Of course I'm fucking right. There's no
That's not a bot, it's
Fox
Ludwig.
can do that drill wave shine I did earlier if she wasn't cheating. Anyone who's good enough just snaps the ledge there. I should never.
This doesn't look like an AI bot, honestly. Well, I mean, it could be, but...
I can't do attacks, I can do grabs. And she doesn't know
Look at the SDI.
As Peach, you can nair out of any up throw. There should be no up throw up air.
This is definitely weird. Thanks for the sub. BBF and stuffs. I don't know if I missed any.
I found a fucking cheater.
Oh, it looks like I didn't. Yeah, this is really interesting. I'm gonna send this. I'm gonna send this to Alt F4. And I mean, maybe we'll ban this person, but it's funny because this would be the first instance of us banning a bot if it's a bot. Is Ludwig still playing against it? Or them? No.
Fizzi's thought process is that it might have been a bot, which could make sense. It could be because there's a lot of bots, but it didn't feel like a bot. Huh. I guess it could have been a bot. Yeah, like one of those 20XX bots. But why would they have left?
All right. So that was fun.
They dipped weirdly, like as soon as I called them out. And it wasn't like immediate. It's not like the game 3 ended and they were like, leave. It was like game 3 ended and they took like 30 seconds and then left.
Yeah, I think it was slide. Yeah, so another possibility is it was a keyboard, but it's still weird because like it was doing like float cancel power shield weirdness. Like it was like power shielding into floats. But also you can SDI a lot harder on keyboard as well. So it's very bizarre. It was very bizarre for sure. What is going on here in Lud's stream? This looks like it's part of the it's part of the timer, but it's just like here. That's pretty funny. All right, anyway.
Power shoot. There's no way that's a human.
All right.
Please end the conversation that this was a human player who was just playing and just had really good, like nice fucking classy, speedy power shields. There's no universe. I think non-players of video games or Melee specifically like to imagine that like maybe like if I played the game I'd fucking
collect my gold wigs.
But it's just not how it be.
All right.
New opponent.
All right, let's get back to coding. I'll definitely look more into that later. That was super interesting. And I'll decide whether to ban that person. Yeah, we do get a lot of info in the replays. So if Lud sent us one of the replays, we could definitely look into it. Alright, I told Ludwig to save the replays if he can, but we'll see if he does that. Do you have an FAQ document for people? I'm not sure what kind of FAQ you're wondering about, but I do have...
Bad at dealing with Peach's...
So we have, like, some... I think we have some answers on Slippy.gg for some questions, maybe on the About page or something. And we have some stuff in our GitHubs too. Like we have a wiki. If you go to GitHub, slash Project Slippy. Slippy Wiki has a bunch of stuff in here for certain things, but this is more targeted at developers. But there's some answers in here for some questions. All right, let's watch this clip. People are saying the clip's insane, so let's check it out.
Bad at dealing with Peach's fucking moves. Do you see this?
That's crazy.
SDI? Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I missed the fucking falling up earlier.
It's not SDIing. I keep saying it because I'm still on like guessing that it's a bot, but like.
Dude, this is all coming together. Bad at dealing with Peach's fucking moves.
Why does this have a thing at the end? It doesn't normally have this. We don't have anything for like the roadmap. We don't do any ETAs really because we just don't know when stuff is gonna finish. But yeah, it's really bizarre that like the SDIs were happening on up throw up air, but not or like after up throw, but not happening during shine. Like I feel like if you were making a bot that was this blatant in certain situations, maybe you would just make it SDI everything like crazy. I don't know. So, I mean, it could be someone playing on a keyboard or something, or like have some really weird way of playing, but it's just very strange. It's just funny though because they're still terrible. Like if it is a human trying to cheat, like that's the good thing about Melee is like cheating only gets you so far. Cheating only gets you so far. If you aren't good at the game, you're just gonna lose. All right. Okay, so this is interesting. Because this hits every single... So it's got to be here, right? This has to be the B press handler. Yeah. So that's the B press handler. All right, we're switching gears. We're done with the cheating thing. We're going back to writing code. We will analyze the cheater more in the future. Okay, let's see what happens. So it plays the sound first. Fizzi's the 18th greatest Super Monkey Ball player of all time. Yeah, I do still have the 18th placed record. 18th place on expert mode in Super Monkey Ball 2. That was from a run done 7 years ago. I'm not trying to fix the crash right now, I think. The B press crash. I'm still working on the erase button. We got a little bit sidetracked, but that's okay. Sidetracks are fun. Okay, so what I'm curious about is which branch we end up taking. R29, what's R29 is 0. Okay, so it runs our logic. Alright, fine, we'll fix the crash. We'll fix the crash. I think because I'm there anyway, and I think I know how to fix it. Maybe. So I think what happens is we subtract 1 from the committed character count here, and it becomes negative, and then we call fetch suggestion, which we don't want to do. So what we want to do instead is, I guess, where do we want to compare? We could just do a compare here. We could just do compare with immediate R5 0, and then it will say if it's less than 0, let's just, all right, fine, we'll do it here instead. If it's less than if it's less than or equal to 0, we exit. Put exit here. I mean Falcon. Oh, what's up, Honey Badger? Welcome. You're here for the finishing of this feature, hopefully. Where Honey Badger is the one that that started this feature, by the way, to the chat. So we are finishing his work. In fact, let's see. Well, yeah, here we go. We got a commit message from him right here. This is a line he wrote. All right. So now what we want to do is test this, right? Because I think I fixed it. So I think it checks to see if the committed character count is 0 before trying to fetch another suggestion after the last B press. And in that case, we just exit, which I think will prevent the crash. And I think it'll just exit. So let's just try that. Oh, we got a raid from Apology Man. Thank you. What's up? Please add rollback in DBFZ. That would be pretty rough, I think. Do you play Melee, Apology Man? Oh, thanks for the sub, Matt. You do? Nice. Who do you play? I think I heard that actually before. I think I might have heard it. I don't remember where. Nice, nice. That's sick. All right, let's try to build this again. But yeah, I mean, adding rollback, it was a slog for Melee already, and doing it for another game is not something I am keen on doing. Also, I don't even know if it would be possible in DBFZ. Obviously, with Melee, we have like Dolphin and stuff, which helps a lot. How did I learn to code to the point where you were able to take on something like rollback? Perseverance. It's always perseverance. I mean, frankly, I studied computer engineering. I worked a few jobs where I wrote software. But most of it is just like, I mean, you start working on something smaller, right? Like the first version of Slippy was just I don't want to say just, because it was actually pretty insane as well, but like the first version of Slippy was a hardware device that you plugged into slot B of like a GameCube or a Wii, right? And then we still modded the game, but the mod was just to like push data out, and it would just calculate stats. So that was kind of the first thing, and it was kind of sort of stepping stones getting to rollback. Like first, before rollback, we did replays, right? And then we also did mirroring from console, and like we got rid of a lot of desyncs and sort of everything layered on top of one another. Replays actually are sort of like a big step towards rollback, because even before that we weren't really sure if Melee was fully deterministic. But in doing all that stuff, I learned a lot of stuff that made me think that doing rollback might be possible. Rollback in Melee. Yeah, I mean, obviously seeing rollback in games would be great. Seeing it in more games. I'm hoping that with the Guilty Gear release and everything, and like the community praise and so on, that even Japanese devs stop releasing games that don't have good rollback. I'm hoping it just becomes the norm. If anything, that, the pandemic was certainly a big push for making online better. It's insane that it's not already. It's completely insane. It's so ridiculous. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just like very clearly the right thing to do so many years ago. What was I doing? I got sidetracked a little bit. I think I was gonna see if I fixed the bug. Let's do a prediction. The bug was when I entered name entry and I entered some letters and then I hit B a couple times to exit out of name entry, Dolphin would crash. So do you guys think I fixed that? Let's put up the prediction here. We're gonna test it out. Did I fix it? Start prediction. Here we go. 1 minute. 1 minute. Place your bets. The sweet useless points, yeah. You just know that if you have a lot of numbers, you're just a baller. That's really what you get out of it. You just know you're more right than the other people in the chat. Oh, we got some doubters. How's it looking? Oh, we got a lot of believers. People putting a lot of money down on believe. All right. All right, let's find out. All right, so the repro was AABBB. What do I do now? So it doesn't crash, but it doesn't work either. Do I nullify the poll? I did ask if it would fix the crash though. I fixed it, but I introduced a new bug. Or there was another bug hidden behind the crash. This is not fixed. Alright, I think I gotta cancel this one. I think I can't. This one's too iffy. It is certainly not fixed, I would say. How's the dolphin side of the feature looking? I rewrote the main EXI handler to take in some args and do much more stuff. I haven't touched the direct code class very much. The only thing I did was I added a length function, I think. There's certainly some weirdness, like I'm not a huge fan of like returning a 1 when a code isn't found, and also I think this ternary isn't really necessary. I think the only time it would get hit is if index is negative, which would be weird. Like if it's negative, it would return empty, which I don't think we have handlers for that. So I'm not really sure why this is here either. But I don't know. I mean, I haven't had to touch it much, so that's good. So I can't complain too much. All right. Delete and return points. You guys got your points back. Sorry, chat. Sorry, chat. It just wasn't clear enough. If I had asked, "Will I prevent the crash?" that would have been clear enough. But I asked if I fixed it, and I don't know if I fixed it. I partially fixed it. Yeah, too much scamming going on in this channel. All right. I mean, I assume I kind of know why. I think what I have to do is... Yeah, you guys can call me Scam36. I'll take it. I'm okay with that. Yeah, if you want to build all the latest stuff, everything's on GitHub for sure. The only stuff that's not on GitHub is like the server side stuff. Like the website and the backend services and everything. Matchmaking. Okay, so this goes to continue B handler. And let's take a look at this function. You're welcome, Citrus Abdi. I didn't stream for a while. It's hard to find a time for me to stream. Recently, I've been able to stream, but only really late at night. The matchmaking code is not public. I've been able to stream late at night recently, and it's been fun. What's up, Rapido? Yeah, we're looking at assembly for sure. My daily routine, I don't know, I get up, do some slippy work. Eventually my friends are like, you want to play games? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll play some games. Then recently, later, I've been like, all right, I'm going to start streaming. Maybe at some point I make some food. I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm a very I'm a person that adheres to schedules very much. I kind of just wing everything. There is no Teams MM right now. Teams is just, it's like direct. It's like direct, but for Teams, you just have to get 4 people together. Maybe Teams MM eventually, but certainly not before ranked. All right, we're going to try the poll again. We know, this time we know that it won't crash unless I added a new crash. So a crash would be considered failure. But now we got to know whether if I press B again, if I press B for the last B, will it take me back to the character select screen? That is what we call fixed now. All right, we're redoing this. No scams this time, hopefully. Did I fix it? Does it go back to the character select screen? Yeah. If it doesn't go back to the character select screen, that's considered a failure. Oh, we got believers. Any doubters? Any doubters playing the odds? Let's see. Got a few. Got a few doubters playing the odds. I respect it. All right. Here we go. Oof. It's not clear again. It's not clear again because it's supposed to go back on this press, not this one. But we did go back to the CSS. Oh no, it's a disaster. The success metric was making it back. I didn't say which B press would make it back. But is it fixed? Is it fixed? Cause I don't think it's fixed. Oof. Oof, brutal. I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this one. I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this one. We did go back. We did go back to the CSS, it's true. Yeah, my goodwill is in shambles. Too many scams. Scamming people out of channel points. It's a rough life out here. Oof, what do I do? I did say if we got back to the CSS. I did not specify which B press. I got... Can I scam the chat again? Can I scam the chat twice? Alright, we will say I tried to be very clear about my conditions. I asked whether we were going back to the CSS. We'll say that was success. So I guess we'll say I fixed it. I'm sorry, doubters. Now I think doubters neither risk nor Thanks for the sub, Violotic. Alright, now I gotta figure out why it's not happening on the right B press, though. No, I think this shouldn't be too hard. I just need to figure out what's going on with the logic. So, let's see. Let's go to the injection. We'll go to our injection logic. Go into it. This is the branch that's checked. So B press, so at first load byte 0, so yeah, so 2. I'm just gonna double check to make sure this goes, yeah, so this gets a suggestion and then it branches, yeah, it branches us to the exit of the function. So that makes sense. This one should do the same thing. Yep, same thing. Now this is the weird one. I'm just gonna step through the logic and I'll probably figure it out that way. So here 5 is 0. So here it should go to, yeah. So it goes to here, and then it goes here. Oh. Right. Right. This logic. DAC. Shit. Wait. That was interesting. Good night, BCM. Holiday between jobs? Yeah, that sounds like a good time. Tenebrae, yeah, it's like a history of what you've entered before. So there's a few ways I could fix this. But I'm just gonna do... I'm just gonna do this, I think. All right. Do we do one final prediction for this? Is it going to be fixed once and for all? The real fix, where on the very first B press, even if you still have a suggestion there, it properly goes back to the CSS. So we go one more time. We gotta go one more time. The last two were pretty scuffed. Last two were pretty scuffed, but this one, this is the real one. This is the real is it fixed? The real one. Did I fix it? Third time. You gotta have some serious heart to be a doubter now. Any doubters? It's possible. It's possible. If it doesn't work perfectly, as it's supposed to, that is a failure. We got believers. We got some believers in here. Alright. It's good that there's odds though. The auto odds are great because I definitely give better odds to the believers right now. If you doubted and you got this right, you're making bank. I could have fucked up. It's possible. That's just a breakpoint. The believers got it. The believers got it. It's working. It's working as intended now. I just fixed a bug. Before, when you hit B, it wasn't going back to the CSS on the correct B press. It was going back to the CSS after clearing all the suggestion. Plus 80, yeah. Yeah, that was a risky doubt, but you had good odds. You had really good odds, so you know. All right, let's commit this. We'll say I think this includes a few things actually. What does this include? This is the bpress stuff I just did. Confirm button handler. Oh yeah. That's the main fix I did, I think. I don't think I changed any C code, right? Yeah. Alright. Back to the erase button now. Question is how I want to do this. I could make erase just behave like a B, where even if it's the last character, it just kicks you out of the name entry. If I did that and didn't say it on stream right now, nobody would notice. Nobody would notice. Nobody presses the button anyway. So does it really matter? Is it worth preserving the functionality correctly? Or do I make this button behave like B? Yeah. Nobody knows this exists. Erase does not erase the whole tag. That's actually what I thought it would do. Like, that would make sense. But no. Yeah, I wonder if anyone has ever hit that button. Gotta keep the melee functionality. Yeah, it's a little less important. We're already changing stuff in the menus, right? So it's like, in-game, yes. In-game, I think we preserve things as much as possible. But in menus, I think we can change things a bit. I wish erase my opponent's stocks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the easy thing to do, right? I think I could, like, if all I have to do, I think, is alright, I'll say pressing A on the erase button. Except that the last last char erase doesn't return to CSS. Instead, it plays an error sound. Now, to fix this, or to make it work just like the B button, I think I can just branch. I think I could just branch to here. For now, make this behave like the B button. Nobody uses this button anyway. Is it a lot more work to make it erase the entire name? No, I mean, that would be pretty easy to do. But I don't really see why we would do that, change melee in that sense. But oh, did that not build? Yeah, because I didn't include this guy. Netcode DJ music makers. That sounds extremely interesting. I don't really know what it means, but all right. So let's see what happens now if I hit it. It works like the B button. Slippy was initially for stats, but I don't really have a data science background. I'm an engineer. I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. God, why do people pick chat names that I like don't want to say out loud? Do you want me to just not say your name? All right, poopy ass. You asked a good question. Anyway, yeah, what would money unlock? I mean, that's a good question. I think like if with enough money, maybe could start hiring other people to work full time on this. Is probably the biggest unlock, but that takes like first it takes a pretty good amount of money, and it kind of takes sort of a more stable stream of money, because you don't want to be in a situation where you can't pay the person you hired. I studied computer engineering. What's the biggest feature that you want to add? I mean, right now ranked for sure. Can you connect to people on your local internet? It might work in the beta and in the next version, but it's kind of a shitty fix, and it probably doesn't always work. But one thing that always does work is just you can if you're on LAN, you can just use Dolphin's old netplay system. Like you don't need rollback if you're on LAN. In terms of ranked system, it's not fully decided. I mean, there will be some kind of like Glico2 rating in the background. I don't know whether or not we'll show it. We might do, because like if you have like a rank system that has like gold, silver, or whatever, right? You still have a rating in the background. Like you still have a number, which is either Glico2, true skill, or like whatever, some custom implementation. And then you're just saying like, this range is gold, this range is silver, or whatever. So I don't know. We'll see how far we end up going. I would say like ranked has been loosely started because like we've done MMR and unranked and stuff, and like we've done a fair amount of thinking about it. But I think like hopefully once I can really start focusing on it, it doesn't take too much time. It's just been I've just had to get other stuff out, you know? Like there's just I'm only one human. I mean, there are people helping. Like, we have contributors and stuff, but I'm the only one doing it full time. Sorry, I don't want to downplay the importance of, like, everyone that does support in Discord and, like, the people who do contribute code and stuff. It's just, I mean, it's still me that does a lot of the coding, but having people helps. And also, like, especially people that can, like, handle talking to people in the Discord is huge, because it means I don't have to do that as much, which saves me a lot of time. I'll probably consult with some people. I don't know whether it'll be Zane or Leffen, but it could be. The development path is just ranked and then other stuff. That's what it is. That's the roadmap. Well, okay, roadmap is 2.3.0 release, ranked, and then something else. Maybe purchasing custom codes somewhere in there. Frank the Ripper, these are, I mean, they're good questions. They're just not something I really want to discuss right now on the stream. It's complicated. Gubs, that sounds like a antivirus false positive. Some parts are JavaScript, but Slippy has like a ton of languages. Yeah. I tweeted something recently. Dude, fucking antiviruses hate our software. They just hate it. Can't stand it. Where did I tweeted something about this recently? Where is it? Here it is. I wish I didn't have to do this once every few months. This is me submitting Dolphin Slippy tools to Microsoft to tell them, hey, this isn't a virus. And they're like, okay, you're right, it's not a virus. God. The worst. What percentage is assembly? 25? Maybe? 20? I don't know. C++, Go, JavaScript, React. Those are the main ones. There's some C as well for Nintendo. Alright, anyway. Let's get this random button to work. GitHub is extremely useful. It makes collaboration so much better. Yeah, team matchmaking maybe eventually. Better netcode is a bit... there's kind of a limit to how much better we can make it. There's probably some slight improvements we can make. But realistically, I don't know how much it'll help. You just get diminishing returns with that kind of thing, eventually. Alright, let's go back to our function. Our good friend. Actually, first, let's listen to the sound it makes. I'm assuming it's a success sound. Yeah. Success sound. Now, we'll check enter text. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. As you can see, pressing the random button really fucks things up. Like, this is just super messed up right now. That's why I need to fix it. Oh, it was about the shield battery stuff? Sorry, I got confused. My bad. Alright. So, what I need to do is I need to find where the random button gets hit. So let's go back to our function. And once again, we're going to scroll from the top. Actually, let's just do name entry thing. And we're going to look for places where the success sound is played. I think this is the fastest way to find it. There's other ways to find it, but I feel like this is the fastest. A lot of success sounds. Pretty much every button I think you hit on this thing makes a success sound, so that's not too surprising. Actually, this looks promising. Name entry, get random name. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think all of the random names are, I think they're all 4 characters, right? Can anyone confirm or deny that statement? So yeah, I'm assuming it's here. In front of get random name. It'd be kind of crazy if it wasn't. Yeah. Oh no. They're not all 4 letters. Shit. Well, the random names aren't something I added, right? This has been in Melee since vanilla. These are like some crazy random names that Melee adds. $401k. Yeah, it's really silly. There's like so many silly ones. Oh, Jazz was there. Let's go. It's basically my name. I haven't seen any 2-letter ones. I like Wonder. I also like Forbidden. Forbidden. Oh, we had Pit in there. Santa? Robin? It's funny. Let's look at. I want to look at the logic actually for that function, just really briefly. I'm kind of curious. I don't know how big this function is. It's pretty big. I'm assuming it does some lookup somewhere. Okay, so it calls randi function. What are the args for this? I think this is like the amount. This is probably the amount of names there are, I would guess. So like 145 random names? That sounds like it could be right. Probably. Then it moves the result to R31, so... R28. Wonder if PAL has different random names. Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, so this is only called in one place. That's here. So I could put an injection in here if... We probably know the length somewhere. I would imagine. Rata, so the problem with music is that music, if it's on, well, we had to write some codes to like prevent it from even reading from the disk. Basically, every 2 seconds or so, the next like 2 seconds of music are loaded from the game disk. And right now, anything that loads from the game disk during gameplay can break rollback, just because of the way rollback currently does its state capture and stuff. And so the only way to add music would be to figure out how to remove anything that is related to file reads from the save state algorithm, which is basically how I got sounds to work. And getting sounds to work took me fucking forever. So, and I've already looked into it to some extent, and I spent some time on it, and it's a lot of work. Will Slippy run on newest version of Dolphin? You mean like mainline? We do want to port to mainline at some point, but sound was awful. Getting sound to work properly was awful. If you want to see kind of like what the sound was like, actually, I'll bring it up. Just take a page out of Ludwig's book and just like bring up YouTube videos all the time. It's great. Hold back to block. Slippy. Here. This video. Got Dan Salvato. Let's go.
Nintendo.
It's funny that the thumbnail when hovered over shows Dan Salvato. Dan Salvato, creator of Slippy. Where does stuff Galo want? I mean, if you try to put that on like on a mainline build, it won't work. So I'm not really sure. Dan is not a contributor. I mean, a part that like some of his older codes were part of like faster melee and stuff. But Dan hasn't contributed anything directly to Slippy, I think. Obviously, his work inspired Slippy in a lot of ways, but... Yeah, Rata, that's related. It's, it's because I wasn't able to fix sound completely. I got it to a decent state, but I never fixed it completely. I'm trying to bring up a clip of
really weird overlapping demonic sounds.
yeah, so I think in this interview I talk about it, and there's a clip. Esteban put up a clip of what the sound used to be like. Are you guys ready for this? Before I fixed it. It's a good time. It's a good time. Here we go.
So I had to, like, this took forever, but I had to, like, figure out almost everywhere where the game accessed any memory that was related to sound. So I had to...
Okay. So yeah, you guys can watch this interview if you want later, but I also want to point out a few other things, because this is a very early rollback build. So first of all, I don't have 60 FPS, so it hadn't been optimized to the point where there was 60 FPS yet. Second of all, we got some pretty major rollbacks. And
so I
another...
had to, like,
This part's really fun. You guys see that P1? Let's look at it again. Look at the P1 indicator. It just like jumps all over the place. So yeah, this was an early build. Rata, I can bring back music though, as long as you're willing to listen to the first 3 seconds of every song on loop. That I can do. I can do that without needing to read from the disc. All right. Alright, Miso, you're getting too warm. My legs are already warm without you here. So I'm gonna put you down, alright? This is Miso W. You can also use M overlay if you want. People have used M overlay to play music. You can set it up so that it plays specific songs, including, you know, the originals if you want to, when a stage is loaded. Oh, wait a minute, I could just use the cursor position. Duh. Right? No, I can't use the cursor position because it always sets it to 4. That's evil. Come on, game. Yeah, Google M overlay. Well, Mr. Person, the problem is, like, does the person who's destroying you want to be in that game? I don't know. I mean, I think overall it's better for newer players to play slightly newer players. But maybe I can like loosen it a little bit more once ranked is out. I'll think about it. How strange. Why did nothing change in here? Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem, I think if you're like average or even above average, you get really good matches at this point. If you're top level, you probably still don't, usually. But, I mean, there's not a lot of people that are top level, so... But that's, ranked is for the top level players to some extent, so... Hopefully rank can come out. Oh, we got Bort. Let's go. Yeah. Is this changing at all? 80, 300? So it doesn't change on that loop. Still hasn't changed. Why does it pass this in as an ARG? Maybe... How does it use R3? Shit, this is proving to be more annoying than I thought. Let's see, R3 gets loaded into... I'm assuming it's saved. It doesn't even use R3? What? It just overwrites it, right? It doesn't ever use it? I don't see... Oh, okay. It uses it... It uses it here. Okay. This makes more sense, I think. I was about to get angry. So what's happening is there's a random button on here and it breaks the autocomplete stuff, and I need to come up with a solution for that. I know what I need to do, I just need to figure out kind of where to put it. And so I'm trying to figure out where to put it right now. But to do that, I need to kind of understand these functions a little bit better. So I'm looking through them and trying to understand them, which isn't the most interactive thing in the world, but I'm doing what I can. All right, so R30 gets loaded from R3. What's R29? This is extremely interesting. Let's Is this the list of names? I'm not 100% sure what that is. Yeah, this is assembly. This is PowerPC assembly, specifically. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this pointer is. Just kind of annoying. I'm just like curious where this output comes from. So R30, does it just load it into R30 immediately? It does. Okay, and then what does all this logic do? What is the point of this? R30. Okay, so this just checks the first character, right? Well, yeah, it checks the first character. This checks the second character. This checks the third character? This checks the fourth character, I think. R29 is the character length. That is excellent news. That is excellent news, I think. Let's try to get to a 3-character one to make sure R29 is 3. What's up, Meta? Someone made a list of the names. That's funny. No, I don't think I strictly need it. I am like slightly curious if there's so I'm looking at R29 right now. So I was just slightly curious if there's, what did I say, how many there? 145 of them. But it's not really necessary. I guess it could be if this doesn't work. But if this works, I don't think I need to. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the value of R29, which is here, and it's 4. And I'm seeing if this predicts the size, the length of this. Because based on this code, just like reading through it, I think R29 stores the length of the randomly loaded code. So that's what I want. So I'm just seeing if that's correct. So 4, 3. So we got one that's 3. This one should be 3 characters. Okay, cool. It is. So this will work, I think. If you have the list up, do you know if are there any that are 2 characters long? I am curious about that. What happens after this? BNE. So if it's not equal, load I3, and then it writes that to the cursor position. Otherwise, it writes the length. Right. That makes sense. R29 is a register, and it's a non-volatile register. So non-volatile registers functions are when you call another function in assembly, at least in PowerPC, you know for a fact that the value of R29 will be the same when you return from that function as when you called it. So you have to use non-volatile registers to preserve values across function calls. So I'm just looking at the value of R29 and see this is where the game is checking. This is basically a length check. I think that's predominantly what this does. So it like checks the first character, is it 0? And this is logic I was going to probably have to write myself if the game didn't already have it, but it does. So I can just use the value that it calculated in R29. So I think I just want to branch here. I think I want my injection here. So I'll call this on random press. Have you accidentally written to R29? Well, first of all, I want to say that R29 is just one of the non-volatile registers. So like in this context, changing R29 could break something. In another context, it might not, right? Because maybe that function doesn't use R29 or it's not important or whatever, right? But yes, I've absolutely clobbered register values in the past and totally broke everything, and usually you cause a crash. And sometimes you cause a crash like way down the line in some other place. There's 145, so yeah, so that's right. That's like the value that I calculated as how many it randoms through. Are there any 2 characters or less? Ed and me. Interesting. Crazy. Okay, cool. Thank you. that means if I had taken the shortcut approach I was considering taking to calculate the length, it would have broke if you got Ed or me. So I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore. But if I were to have done that, I probably would have checked somehow. I'm not really using the list. I just need to make sure that when you hit random, it doesn't break anything. All right. I'm just gonna say on random press, need to update the cursor, the committed count, as well as do a suggestion lookup. Okay, so let's copy this over. This is a nice summary of what we'll need. Dot set reg. Give that a name so it's easier to remember what it is. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do store byte, right? Yeah, store byte the random name length into here. And then we're also going to store the random name length into the cursor position. And then we're gonna fetch a suggestion. And we're gonna do const no scroll. Actually, we'll do a scroll reset. Cool. I think that should do it. Am I nocturnal? I do stay up pretty late. I am on the West Coast at least, so it's only like 2:20. But I've been staying up late recently. Basically, it stores a direct code history so that you don't have to retype in all the same codes all the time. I'll show it in a second. Let's test if this works. I don't know if there's a limit. As much as your file, as much as your hard drive can hold. But honestly, it doesn't take up that much space, so it would be a lot. Alright, so if I go to random now, it's my injection. Oh, there's me. There it is. I think it's working, because... Whoa. I entered walk before? feel like there's a bug. Yeah, that's a bug. What the hell? How did that happen? Saw the retail WoW folder. I played it a little bit, but I think I might be over it already. I played with my brother a bit, but we played arenas, but we don't have a good comp, so it's not super fun. I'm a season 6 gladiator. But it's I don't know. So I kind of was hoping, like, I had some fun with arenas at first, but it's kind of rough when you don't have a good comp and it's just bad. But what's going on here? What? How? I'll win eventually. The question is how long it'll take me. I can't lose if I never give up. This is very bizarre, though. You know, it's funny because I actually, a lot of times I don't mind debugging. It's like doing detective work. Sometimes when I'm really stuck, it's a pain in the ass and nothing makes sense. Not everything is in assembly, no. But there's a good chunk of it that is. Like, I'm in C++ right now. Yeah, the register stuff I was looking at is assembly. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of thinking for sure, and a lot of like, especially with Melee, like figuring out where to put stuff. Like trying to understand the game logic and the game logic flow enough to like figure out where you should put something, like the optimal place to put something, right? Because there's better places than others. No, it's more like... So you saw the functions I was stepping through? Well, I don't know if you noticed they were functions, but there's functions and you have to like trace how the logic goes. We don't have the source code, but we have the compiled assembly, which is just a massive block of assembly. And there's tools you can use like breakpoints, memory breakpoints, as well as memory watchers to try to figure out where to find certain things. Yeah, super detective job. Now I'm trying to debug something where when I have a suggestion and I input a letter that isn't part of that suggestion, it's supposed to just like clear it. But it's not doing that. So I need to figure out why that is. It's really bizarre behavior. It must be a regression. I must have broke it somehow. I just don't know how. Because it was working. I know it was working. I tested it. So I added a logger in C++. And I'm going to add a breakpoint in assembly. And I'm going to try to figure out what is going on. Are there like big companies offered jobs to you? No one's reached out really. Not like in any official capacity. I assume most people probably think I'm just busy and content doing what I'm doing. Armin, that is an interesting question. I'm a little undecided. I think there's certainly pros to doing it, but it certainly does break vanilla behavior, which is something we try to strive towards. So I don't know. That one's a toss-up. Well, it's because Slippy isn't just changes to Melee, right? It's also like it's Dolphin code, it's server-side code, it's the desktop app for playing replays. There's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, the issue, I mean, I don't think tab jump off will ever become an option for in-person tournaments. So it makes it a little bit more questionable to add it, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not completely against it. I just I'm undecided. Either way, I think ranked is a higher priority at the moment, so probably wouldn't happen before that anyway. Let's see, what am I doing here? Yes, this is my injection. And then I want to find a specific spot in that injection. Specifically, I'm trying to find this spot, which is where we run a mem copy. So I could look for 740. I should see it twice. Here's 740. It's probably the second one, I'm guessing. Yeah. So let's just breakpoint here. I mean, ranked is somewhat started, right? Because like we did some ranking stuff to do unranked MMR. And we've done a lot of thinking about it, which is something. But I haven't been able to fully focus on it because I've had other things I've been working on. But hopefully after this release, I could put more real dedicated time into ranked. The registers are 32-bit registers. They're all 32 bits. What is this? Oh yeah, this is my breakpoint. So if I put this, Straylight, there's no way we would ever do it that way. Almost no way. If we wanted to do net play on console, we would target the Wii first. It's just so much easier. And even that's really hard, yeah. like Metas points out. It's certainly easier, but it's still very, very, very hard. What is happening? Why? Why? Tag not found, input length 1. I'm so confused. Yeah, it's hard to know how valuable being able to play Slippy on Wii would be. Considering how much work it is. I think there's definitely a lot of value. It's just like considering how hard it is. It's kind of hard to prioritize over some other things. Something is really weird. I can't understand it. Like even switching isn't doing anything. How did I break things this badly? What the hell is going on? Oof. Yeah, we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure. I think there's a chance it would support it though, simply because in develop mode you can frame advance 5 frames every frame, I believe. And I believe that works at full speed on console, but I'm not 100% sure. There's also the whole added part of doing the save state and loading the save state, which would add time. So, yeah, it's unclear. I mean, the problem I'm having right now is that nothing's working. Nothing's working the way it should. Yeah, somehow I broke something. I don't know how. So it works here. So right now it's working. And if I hit A, okay, so that works properly. So everything's working perfectly right now. Right? But I think as soon as I hit random... Okay, it's working. What? I'm so confused! How... Oh my god, what is going on? Why is it working now? I didn't do anything, right? Oh, it's doing it. It's doing it. Kind of. It's not... I feel like this is one of those problems where I just like sit on it. The problem is on key press. They get added as soon as you enter them. When you hit confirm. Dude, before I wasn't able to scroll. Here, is it just a... Here it is again! Why is it doing this? Okay, how did I repro that? What are the repro steps? The repro steps, what did I do? I went in here. Ah! It didn't even load the default state now. Is it? Guys, I'm panicking. What the fuck? What in the... It's like the response from Dolphin is just completely wrong. But my loggers seem fine. Yeah, Dilvico, it's definitely possible. It just it has some prereqs, and also coming up with a good UX for that and everything. Okay, so what did I do? I feel like what I did was I just fucking... I went in here, and then I just, like, scrolled to the back, scrolled to the front. And then I entered W. So that does break it. Then W again. And then for some reason, if I leave and come back, I don't even get a default. Can someone mind clipping that so I can reference it later? Because I think I might just... This is one of those things where I might just call it and come back fresh and then figure it out in 2 seconds. Thank you. Let's see, does this have W? So that does break it. Yeah, this starts a little bit late. Then W again. Well, that's fine. I think I can use this to just go to the... And then for some reason, location in the video, right? If I leave and come back, I don't even get a default. Can someone mind clipping that so I can reference it later? W. I thought there was a way to go to the full video from here. Weird. Maybe it's because it's too new. A lot of it's reverse engineering. Coochie, I think maybe beta 4 might not be but I'll probably re-enable it for the release. The thing is, that code has problems that does same network doubles. Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to be able to play doubles with somebody in your household. Better clip. Let's see. I just fucking... I went in here, and then I just, like, scrolled to the back. Yeah, this is perfect. Scrolled to the front. Thanks, Yofi. I'm gonna save this. Yeah, the code's problematic because, okay, it does. First of all, it's problematic because it doesn't work on my, like, it doesn't actually work on my computer. So let's go CMD. It actually makes things worse for my computer, the current implementation that's in like the doubles build or whatever. And if I go into here, right, I have two adapters that have IP addresses. I have this, which is the one that actually goes to my router. You're welcome, guys. Which is the one that goes to my router, and I have this one. And that's my VirtualBox one. And the code that that was written by Enzyme as part of the doubles build, for some reason when it fetches my LAN IP, it fetches this one. And so if I have my laptop on my network, my laptop can't access this IP. So it actually, and my router has now loopback. So that means that if the LAN override wasn't there, I would actually be able to connect to my laptop because both of them would try to go to the external internet. My router supports that, and then they would connect to each other. But since the change that was made to support same router connection now tries to override it with the LAN IP that's fetched, it actually breaks because my laptop would try to connect to my desktop using this IP instead of the wide area network IP, and it just wouldn't work. I don't know if any of that made sense, but for complicated reasons, in order for Slippy to work on a single router, you want to have a router that supports something called NAT loopback. Now, the doubles build that Enzyme released has an override like I was just talking about to try to make it so that you don't need this. The problem is if your router does support this and the new change doesn't work for you, then all of a sudden you actually can't connect to people on your network as opposed to before when you could. So basically, for me, that change actually breaks being able to connect on my local network to other computers instead of fixes it. Because it worked for me prior, but now with that change it doesn't. A lot of routers do not support NAT loopback, especially stock routers. Yeah, I mean, it could be optional. It's just like no one will know what that setting means or when to turn it off. So it's kind of not ideal. Ideally, there are ways to build this so that it works for everyone, or at least like it works better for most people. It's just that like it's more work. Like the right way to build it is to build it so that no one has to worry about this. It's just that building it so no one has to worry about it is hard and takes time. But all right, I have a bug right now, and it's late, so I think I'm gonna stop and try to fix this bug later, and then look at this clip. So, gonna end for now. Thanks everyone that's still here. I appreciate you guys hanging out and talking. It's always fun. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.